Hello and welcome to a very short preview of Liverpool versus Hertha Berlin. Now, Liverpool are going to be taking on these guys tomorrow, I believe it is. I think it's tomorrow. Something like is it mid-afternoon or is it like 5 o'clock? I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's around that time anyway. But we've got a couple of things that we can obviously talk about now. Obviously, now we have a couple of players coming back, and I'm wanting to mainly go into what I think our predicted lineup could be and who we could expect to feature in this one, maybe have an appearance, who's going to start, maybe get 90 minutes. In my opinion, team lineup is probably going to look like, sorry, get away from the light there. Team lineup is probably going to look a lot more like a first team 11, like a first 11 that we would normally have. And I think that you're going to see a lot of good, decent players. And I think that we have decent players up and down, our club. Don't get me wrong, but I think this is definitely going to be what I would consider if we were to have a strong starting 11 right now. This is what it would be. Simon Mignolet in goal. I just think that Mignolet just has that commanding edge over Karius. I still think he could be a good goalkeeper, but he's still got some defensive deficiencies and goalkeeping deficiencies, in my opinion, that I think at the moment, Mignolet is going to be the one that is going to be in goal. Right back, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold, even though I think Nathaniel Clyne is still injured, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold could be the one for the future, and I think a lot of people are saying that. That's not me coming up with something brand new. I just think it's an opinion that I wanted to share, and I think it's important to share because he's a young lad. He's very, very good getting forward. He's good defensively as well. He's very good when he does get forward, gets in those crossing areas, and his accuracy with crosses is very, very good. So it's only going to be good things for us as well. Moving into the centre-back positions, I think you've got to have Joel Matip in there, and I do believe that it'll obviously be Lovren in there. We don't really have any other strong centre-backs if we're going to go that way, but that's, I think Joel Matip is our best centre-back. We need someone to partner him, but at the moment it's going to be Lovren. Never know if that's going to, is that going to be different by the end of the transfer window? Who knows? Too many people are talking about it, that's why I'm not. Left back now, I think this is where we're going to see Andrew Robertson come into the team. Andrew Robertson get his first maybe sniff of play. Whether it's going to be a thing, is he going to get 45 minutes? Is he going to get the whole game, depending on how well he plays? How is his fitness? Everything like that. All these minutes are going to be important, and it will give us a very good scope before we go into games against possibly, I think it's Bayern Munich, and then possibly Napoli or Atletico Madrid, I think it is. Something like that anyway. We've got some strong teams to be coming up against. So it's going to be really good to see what he's going to be like in a Liverpool shirt. How is he going to blend into the team? What is he going to do? What is he going to give us? We're going to see it. Hopefully we're going to see it. This is my prediction anyway. We move into the midfield, and I think you're going to see much more of the same. I think you're going to see the likes of Wijnaldum. You're going to see Adam Lallana. You'll most likely see Coutinho in there as well. And then I think moving forward, even further forward, I should say, you'll have probably Firmino. I think then you'll have Mohamed Salah. Why not? Because he's been really, really good so far, and he can only get better. And I think you'll actually see Daniel Sturridge. I think Daniel Sturridge, while he's fit, while he's looking like he's going to offer you something, could he have a season where he goes without injuries? No one's ever going to be able to predict that, but let's see what he's like in pre-season, and I think that could be really decent actually. I love it when Sturridge is fit and he's not injured, he's not carrying injuries. He's dynamite, he's electric, he's fantastic. One of my favourite players to watch. Hopefully he can continue that. Origi, then, he can kind of come on as a sub. I'm not saying that Origi can't start. He certainly could start. You never know what's going to happen. But that is my predicted 11 for now. I think you'll have some strong subs, the likes of Marco Grujic. You will have maybe like Divock Origi or vice versa with him and Sturridge, whichever way it goes. You've got a lot of different options now. Other things that we've obviously got, obviously you'll have some of the youth players as well, maybe like Ben Woodburn and that. Dominic Solanke as well. I think Solanke should be getting some minutes for sure. I don't care how young he is. I think he should be getting some minutes. I think he deserves it. He warrants it. And then obviously the good news that we had. Now, these guys, no way am I expecting them to play probably for a while. But Sadio Mane, Danny Ings, coming back from injury, back in training. Fantastic. I'm pleased, obviously, for Sadio Mane. He was genuinely one of my favourite players, if not my favourite player to watch last year. He was absolutely phenomenal, not just because of like the goals he scored and assists and everything like that, but he was just electric. He was dynamite. He was fantastic. He was everything that we needed and that we've needed for so long. But Danny Ings, you've got to feel for Danny Ings over his Liverpool career. He does do quite well. He charges down balls. He's fantastic. He's a perfect Jurgen Klopp player, in my opinion. He presses like nobody's business. It's unreal. He works so hard for the team. He works so hard, not just in an attacking sense, but he works hard in other attacking areas. He'll drop back a little bit to put pressure on opposition players and stuff like that as well. And he can score some damn good goals as well, even if you go back to when he got his 18 goals in the Premier League for Burnley when they first got relegated. He was really, really good. It's just really unfortunate he's had 2 serious injuries in a row, and I'd love it for Danny Ings if he could actually, stay injury-free. And that'll be another boost to our attacking lineup, because we haven't really had that. I haven't had the option of seeing Danny Ings for a long time. He was out since October with Jurgen Klopp. He was out with Brendan Rodgers. I mean, I really like. He's a really likable guy as well. I think that's why Liverpool fans do like him. He's absolutely fantastic. He's a really cool guy. I haven't met him, by the way, don't get me wrong, but he comes across as what I imagine a cool guy is. But he's very, very, well, in my opinion, he could be not like Jamie Vardy, but he's a little bit similar. He had good pace. Don't know if he's still going to have it, but he had good pace, and he was a really good finisher. And he could only have developed into a better finisher. Now he's 24 years old now, I think, maybe 24, 25. I might have those a bit wrong. He's still a young guy. He's still got years ahead of him. And I'd love it if during this pre-season, or what's left of it, that yes, we can get him some minutes. That'd be awesome if we can. And hopefully, no more of these injuries, because that guy has gone through so much. So that's my starting line. That's my predicted lineup against Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin, I'll be honest with you, I think, is that where we sent our young Brazilian prospect, Alan Rodriguez, or something like that? We had like work permit issues or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. However, I don't really know much about the team. I haven't really been able to find out a great deal. If I'm being honest as well, I haven't really had the time to look a great deal either. But I think Liverpool should have it's going to be much more of a getting the team minutes, but also getting into now a rhythm, because we're not far away from the Premier League start date. I think we're like 18 days or something away from it. We're not far away at all, and it's fantastic that we're not far away from it at all, because we're coming up. I think our first game is against Watford, and I saw a tweet last night or something from Sky Sports saying that Troy Deeney is not going to be available for that game, which is decent for us. Unfortunate for the player, but decent for us. We need every advantage that we can. I love Liverpool, and I love how we play, and I love how we play when we're on fire. But start of the season, I'm always nervous, jittery, everything like that. So I'm just hoping we can start well, get this pre-season game out of the way, get into our, hopefully, what will be maybe our starting 11 sort of rhythm for the Premier League. Obviously, we'll have more competitions to deal with this year, but hopefully we can get a good start. I'm looking forward to the game. I'll hopefully do a review of it, like a full review of it that day. If not, I will be doing a full-time reaction on Twitter, 90-second review after the game. So once the game is done, I'll make a 90-second review of it. They'll post it on Twitter. They'll post it on their YouTube as well, and I'll retweet any stuff like that as well. So you can check stuff out on there. My Twitter handle is @SquirrelHeed. It's as simple as that. If you can see the title of my YouTube channel, it's spelled exactly the same. It's a silly name, but it's one of those. If we ever get to Q&A territory, I'll tell you all about it. It's not that interesting. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you're enjoying your day. Have a fantastic day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the match if you're watching it, or if you're going to it, fantastic. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching, as always, and I'll catch you later.